Hi, my name is Josh, and this channel is dedicated to the documentation of obsession. I think an important question to ask is why, as people, are we so obsessed over things? I think for me personally, so much of my life is taken up by work and school where obsessions allow me to join a specific community of a niche idea or concept. And it gives me some time to enjoy myself, something to look forward to at the end of the day. Sometimes when in boring car rides or doing something that's menial or, less interesting, I like to think about a different interest or a different topic, like everyone else, to fill up that time and space. And that in of itself is something that fills my life with purpose to explore and learn new things. I think it's crucial to understand the importance of the audience, where we praise our creators so much for putting something out in the world. I think it's important to have an audience to receive that information, to interpret that information within their own lives. Although it's easier inherently to idly absorb information, to go onto YouTube rabbit holes and go onto different little side tangents, it's important to be able to have people to absorb that information and to intake it, and then to put their own personal definition through their own life experience. Because as humans, I'd like to think that although we may live different experiences and grow up in different diasporas, we all share a communal thread, an emotional thread of being human. And all of our experiences, although maybe different, are interconnected in a sort of beautiful way that makes us human. Sometimes it feels like everyone lives within their own little bubble of interests. Everyone has these little tidbits of knowledge, of interests based off of where they grew up or how they grew up or what interests they accrued while growing up that they have to share with people. And although we may not see people again or groups of people again or be in school or move to another town or another country or another continent, we still contain these little bits of information given from people over time within us. And although this brings up the question of autonomy and whether our own thoughts and personalities really solely come from us or are they developed from a greater sense of society around us, from the people that we interact with, I think it's important that we can just enjoy things without having to come to a conclusion, without trying to develop a specific opinion, because sometimes the overwhelming amount of knowledge from family, from peers, from school, from work, from society as a whole, it can be hard to process everything. But it's nice to take a step back every once in a while and just absorb information without having to come to any sort of specific conclusion. Sometimes it's nice just to relax and just idly enjoy something. Although I love consuming information, sometimes I can get discouraged when there's no threads connecting all of these different rabbit holes or these little deep dives that I do with YouTube essays and whatnot. But this is what this channel is for. I feel like I, like many people, have the innate drive to create something, to put something out in the world. And I've struggled a lot with having needing recognition from people or requiring some sort of fame to equate to my success. But to fulfill this sense of creation within, I feel like just documenting the various interests and niches that I jump around or we jump around as people is important in of itself. Once again, to just sit back and reflect on the ideas that we have and to spark a conversation. I think the idea of conversation in of itself is an incredible concept and is something that's so important. We may view people who focus solely on one thing and perfect that throughout their entire lives as the main goal of humanity, to find that purpose, to find that one true job or life interests that we dedicate all of our time to. But at the same time, it's really nice to be able to go out and have a conversation with anyone from any background about sports or science or medicine or art or music or film or language or literature. It's nice to be able to just have a nice, coherent conversation because in real life, we may not be able to leave a lasting impact on the whole world, but we can leave impacts on the people that we meet as they carry our own knowledge on and pass it on to whoever else. It's sort of a feedback loop per se. This kind of feeds into the idea of importance and self-importance. As a normal person, I like to ask myself, what does my opinion even matter? What do I have to say that someone else hasn't said before or someone hasn't researched more eloquently? But at the same time, I feel like anyone can ask that question because as humans, even professionals who have spent so much experience and time into a topic, it's still beneficial to have a layman's view and a professional's view on any sort of topic in general. You know, everyone has the right to say everything and everyone has the right to say nothing at the same time. Sometimes I feel like I never can fully dedicate myself to one thing because either I ascertain a certain idea or topic to a specific person where I can only fully get into something when they're there, or I can only fully create and finish something with their expertise because I jump so frequently between different niche interests over time, and I never get a sense of fulfillment creation wise per se in regards to finally just putting something out there and just keep working on it and keep working on it. But this is what this channel is for, you know. Although this isn't necessarily reinventing the wheel or finding new ideas and whatnot, putting my own perspective out in the world and inviting conversation between all of you guys and everyone else in the world who may watch or be interested in the same topic. I think creating a hub for that is important. And this is my own personal hub and everyone else's who enjoys the videos and whatnot to just find a place to join and share conversation about a wide variety of topics because everyone's opinion is different. Everyone's anecdotal experience is different, but we all have that same interconnecting thread as being human. So to finally do something with this information, I'm trying to document all of the little subtopics that my pea brain bounces off of every few weeks into one channel with digestible videos with mixes of anecdotal experiences from myself or people around me, as well as research, professional research by professionals who have explored the topic in depth. It's nothing here is too serious. I'm not trying to set many restrictions on the frequency of uploads or content or length or whatever, but I would like to make things reasonably digestible and entertaining to provide a space for conversation and to embrace the consumer of information and the listener and to be able to take a step back and just realize, okay, it's okay to idly enjoy things because when we do engage in conversation with people, whether online or in the real world, we're able to share a little tidbit of knowledge that we carry to someone else, and they can carry that within them throughout their whole life. And even if they don't see us again, we can continue on spreading the message and sharing our human experience. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to create more videos in the future.